In a month, many Americans will be eligible to receive booster shots while individuals at high risk of getting COVID-related complications, living in poorer countries, will continue the wait for their first dose of the vaccine. This situation, experts say, could make global efforts to combat the pandemic harder. Worried about surging cases related to the Delta variant, the U.S. government approved booster shots for people who have received 2 shots. Once approved by the FDA, the third shot will be made available to adults who have received the Pfizer-BioNTech or Moderna vaccines, about 8 months after the second dose. Some people could start receiving the third dose by September 20th. The recommendation was made based on studies which have shown that immunity conferred by vaccines wanes off in 6 to 8 months following the second dose. The impending rollout of booster doses in the U.S., however, could thwart vaccine export and donations to nations which are in desperate need of inoculating their most vulnerable residents, experts worry. To me, it just essentially shows that here is another rich nation that is really prioritizing its own population before thinking about the global response, says Rupali Lamay, from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, who studies vaccine inequity and hesitancy. The Biden administration's booster recommendation is at odds with the World Health Organization, which had called for a temporary moratorium on boosters on August 4 with a goal of ensuring vaccine supply for high-risk communities around the globe. What is clear is that it's critical to get first shots into arms and protect the most vulnerable before boosters are rolled out, said Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General of the World Health Organization, WHO, at a press conference on August 18. So far, global vaccine distribution has been abysmally lopsided. Only 31.4% of the world's population has been fully vaccinated, most of whom live in wealthy countries, according to a Bloomberg tracker. Additionally, 52% of the least wealthy countries have just about 2.7% of the vaccinations, the tracker shows. Many non-governmental organizations and charitable institutions have called for an urgent ramp-up of current vaccine production. The recommendation for a third dose of vaccine for Americans, even as frontline medical workers in much of the world wait for their first shot, underscores the need to urgently and massively increase production so that everyone, everywhere could have access to these life-saving vaccines, said Oxfam, in its August 18 statement on its website. The only way to get to the global levels needed, says Andrew Noheimer, epidemiologist at University of California, Irvine, is by making vaccines day and night, putting up more factories and training more people. If we don't vaccinate the whole world, this pandemic is just going to keep burning, he adds.